The next presentation is by my very good colleague, Captain Ergun Demirel and Mrs. Cesar Ishik from Food Atmosphere Maritime Studies, and they're going to talk about a case study concerning UniMET, a MET institution applying international technology communication, transfer of innovation between countries. Captain Demirel, the platform is yours.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. And I will try to introduce our experiment just started in 2003. We established a new maritime education and training system in our institute. I will try to introduce the navigation engineering program which we propose to UniMET at this stage. And actually, everybody here probably knows the background. And this program is based on the SCCW. And let's say, not exactly, but partly, requirements in the SCCW 78, including 2010 changes. But still, there are some fluid issues in the SCCW 2010, and we are still working on it. Also, we worked on the model courses. We say 7 series, 701, 2, 3, and 4. And there are some changes made in 2003. And I have a model course, 3.17, concerning actually not maritime English, but English used in the maritime environment. And I have recommendations on vocational courses and local requirements in according to national law and regulations. Everybody has the same problem. And academic regulations, according to national law and regulations, and today, Bologna courses. Then, United Kingdom MNTB recommendations on vocational courses. We are keeping track on the British system, and up to now we have get too many benefits from the British system. And course design, our courses mostly designed on the edX and BTEC, HND, navigation engineering, and marine engineering programs. But some courses are revised or devised to ensure the subject which I have already mentioned. And our system is based on 5 semesters, including a SIG training phase between 2 phases. And the main aim is to make a young person navigation of all sorts of knowledge in a 3.5 years period. And the program gives students an in-depth exercise of managing a naval vessel as a marine engineering officer or deck officer, and looked as chief engineer or captain of a ship. And the graduates from the extended BTEC HND programs in marine engineering or navigation engineering, and therefore has the ability to manage a vessel and communicate effectively with our other vessels and the port authorities. At the same time, we are trying to give some management skills which requires for this industry, maritime industry. And also, we are adding some knowledge and the skills on digital and communication technology. And to meet this requirement, the essential element is the unit information packs. And unit information packs are developed by programming committees to fully cover all aspects of the unit requirements. And I can say that in the past, or 9 years, approximately in every semester, we have made changes on unit information packs, depending upon the new requirements and the new proposals coming from lecturers and the students. And unit information packs explain teaching methodology and assessment strategy. The assessment strategy is now very important if you look at the Bologna process. And everything is based on learning outcomes and the criteria, supporting the learning outcomes. And you should make an assessment based on learning outcomes and the criteria. And unit information packs designed as 4 groups. We are a non-native English speaking nation, and we need more. The first part is vocational units, which you cannot, let's say, all the nations should follow this program. It's based on the SCCW. And math and science units. For example, we cannot give the stability. We cannot teach the cargo without having mathematics and science background. And let's say, if you call this profession as engineering, you need math and science. And one part covers engineering courses which are compulsory for all students. It is unavoidable. And maritime English and foundation English units for the nations like my nation. And in a generic unit information pack, you can find the details. And the important thing is delivery method and time. And the description of the unit, why we provide this unit to our students. And we also distribute our information packs to students because, okay, I'm a teacher and I'm teaching this course because of this reason. You should explain. And learning outcomes, assessment plan, content of the course, and outcomes assessment criteria for PASS, including criteria for each learning outcomes, and the guidance, including explanations on delivery method, assessment procedures, links with the other units, resources, and suggested rating, and other publications related to this unit. And I would like to give a short information about how we improve the program. As the Professor Ziyarettin has mentioned, we applied an SOS project, Safety Only Policy project, to improve maritime education and training. Formally, it has been conducted between 2005 and 2007, but actually it has been started in 2003 and still continues. And we gained a lot of experience from this application. And we have established cooperation with the accrediting, awarding, and professional bodies, not in our region, also outside of our country. This is important. If you want to transfer something new, it is better to go out and to see what the other people are doing. And we also take into considerations adaptation of the SCCW 78 changes at 2010. And we also realized that an navigation engineer also needs some information on marine engineering system. Sooner or later, they will become a master. And can you imagine a master has no idea about the engine system which it commands? And we have added this courses in our navigation engineering program. And as I mentioned before, being a non-native English speaking nation, we need language support. And we add project studies to support the future of our students and also to support research studies in our institutions. And for the SOS project, The program, the purpose of the program was international recognition and establishing a link between the other countries on maritime education and training. And we have selected United Kingdom, or in MET universities in the United Kingdom, to achieve this relations. And the SOS programs covers all 7 series courses, 701, 702, 703, and 704, and some vocational and engineering courses have been based on the BTEC HND units with sub-revisions to meet local requirements. And today, make agreements and arrangements to receive accreditation from EdExcel. And today is a BTEC appointed center and has been accredited by EdExcel since 2003. And this accreditation process enabled to improve our standards and to be ensured our quality control management system. Today has also been accredited by IMAREST. This is the British Institute for Maritime Engineering, Science and Technology. And really, IMAREST visit has assisted to improve our marine engineering program, in particular for laboratories, teaching support material, and mostly workshop applications. And I would like to inform something. First time, navigation engineering students has been granted as student members of the IMAREST. This is first in the British history. And the MVQ and the SVQ and the EMSA. The MVQ is the British National Vocational Qualification System. Now it is changing. And the SVQ is the Scottish one. And the EMSA, probably some people are not very aware of the situation, but the European Maritime Safety Agency. And today is accepted, eligible for MVQ and SVQ accreditation, and some 100 students have been verified by SVQ and MVQ examiners. Today has been visited and checked by European Maritime Safety Agency 2 times as a part of voluntary inspection request of Turkish government. And some corrective changes made on the quality management system and program, in particular, based on the changes to SCCW in 2003. And adaptation of SCCW changes at 2010. Navigation, radar, ARPA, ACTIS, AI, simulator training has been reorganized to meet new SCCW 2010 standards, and also we take into considerations the MNTB, Merchant Navy Board recommendations, 7th edition concerning this subject, published in November 2010. And the bridge management course has been developed to meet bridge resources management, the BRM, requirements in the new SCCW. Actually, it is still true what is BRM in the SCCW 2010. And I think all the institutions are working on the subject to convert their PTM training to BRM training, but still it is good. And marine engineering systems course for navigation engineers, although it is not recommended in the STCW, today has started to deliver this course for navigation engineering students. And we strongly believe that a navigation engineer also should be equipped with some information on marine engineering systems to better understand the systems which he or she will command. And the positive results have been observed during the PRM integrated BTM practice. we have an integrated bridge and engine simulator, and if I'm not wrong, 4 times we put both marine and navigation cadets in the same exercise, and we have realized that this course also improves the capacity of the navigation officers. By the way, I would like to say something. Still, something is some items or some essential issues are missing in the SCCW. As a good example, there is no chemistry course. What is the function of the deck officer? Who is responsible for the water treatment? Who is responsible for the fuel treatment? Who is responsible for the corrosion? And it is missing. And in our program, we also added chemistry courses, because this is the job of the navigation officer. Without this background, you cannot understand your job. And also, this application supports surplus project, which provides automation training course for education and training for seafarers to enable them to have a full understanding of the automated systems and be aware of the weakness and the limitations of the system. And I believe, or we believe, it's better to say we believe, in the near future, the surplus or this training will be a part of the both marine and the navigation engineering cadets. And other issue is the education in English. You can call it as maritime English or English used in maritime environment. It is unethical. If you are working at sea, you should speak English language. You should understand English language. And especially the countries, non-native English-speaking countries, we are keen on the maritime English courses. And in my country, in our country, we have at least 1 year prep school, English prep school, and the cadets should follow this course, or they prove their proficiency skills in English using IELTS or TOEFL or something like this. And considering the importance of the use of English in this sector, some countries have decided to conduct their courses in English. And we done the same. We started our program in English. But this created problems. And we try to establish a link between the existing course program and the maritime English courses in the same service. The maritime English courses supported the courses we conduct in the same service. And also, we have established foundation English units in support of maritime English. Let me explain the reason. I'm teaching maritime English. I'm a master. I'm not an English teacher. I'm keen on the subject, but also a qualified English language lecturer follows the same subject and try to give more grammatic information on the same subject. Because I'm not keen on the grammar. I'm just looking for if they can understand the communication, if they can grasp the terminology, and also the markup project. It is something essential. How can you prove this man is capable to use English language in maritime environment? Up to now, every people, every country, every institution has applied some procedures. But we believe that we should establish a common system to be ensure that the seafaring officers are capable to use English in the maritime environment. And really, MARCA is assumed as a not perfect maybe, but as a good tool to support our programs. And the project studies. And as you are all aware of, the Bologna process and the EQF, European Qualification Framework, have opened new horizons for the people to improve their skills. The self-studies, in particular project studies, became more and more important for following degree programs. A project study unit has been added to our HND program on voluntary basis, although it is not an HND requirement. Many reasonable dissertations have been prepared and introduced by DEC cadets. Even one of them, namely students' proposals on STCW, has been introduced during the STCW Positive Conference in Manila in 2010. And the project advisor was me and my cadet here, now officer. He was the project coordinator. And the students who went to Plymouth University for 1 year, actually 8 months, degree completion program, have stated that they have got benefit from the previous project studies during their research studies at degree program. And maybe the Plymouth staff may investigate this issue and to prove us. And the marine engineering program already covers a project study unit, and the quality of the research studies made by marine cadets has been has increased gradually. To provide sufficient support for the students, external teaching staffs has been also deployed out of the institute, because sometimes the maritime institute has not sufficient staff to find advisors, sufficient number of advisors. And if you deploy a lecturer as an advisor for the 40 students, that means it's not a project. And for that reason, we also look for the lecturers as advisors from the other institutions and organizations. And we have realized that a significant positive effect on self-development skills of the students has been observed. And really, the project studies has improved the students' writing and speaking English skills. A very good positive result. And finally, I would like to say that this program has a flexibility. And if it means it is very easy to add new outcomes and to change the outcomes, to add new criteria, and it is easy in this system to adopt new improvements in our program. And if you look at the 703 or 704 program, there are too many implications, especially on the cargo, stability, ship construction, and this program refrains implications. There are too many, and also for Maritime Law and Convention and the master's responsibility, there are too many implications. But in this program, we refrain the implication. And this program allows creation of a new units in line with the other units. Because now there are 2 pages of new competency with the SCCW. How we will solve this problem? Will we create a new unit, or will we modify the existing unit? But really, I can say that this program is very flexible to create a new unit or to modify your existing unit. And we believe this program fully meets STC requirements, but it is open for discussion. And this program is also open to meet local requirements. I'm not sure, or I cannot say this is good for Spain. Maybe Spain or Italy has additional requirements. For example, you have a special shipping act. Your commercial law is different. Your regulations are different. And in this case, you are in a position also to teach your local requirements. But because we have suffered from the same problem, and this program also gives a chance to the other nations to adopt it. And finally, I would like to say this program is compatible with the new academic system established by Bologna process. Thank you.
Thank you very much.